What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you tonight on YouTube. And tonight I am doing Football Focus. I am trying a new segment for the channel. I don't know how many of you guys out there following me actually watch football or are football fans. But if you know me by now and you've seen my shirts and you've heard my stories by now, you know I'm a diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I am from Pittsburgh, and I've been a hardcore Steeler fan for a long, long time. And so I just wanted to quickly, I didn't take any notes here, I didn't write anything down, I was just enjoying the game. But the Week 1 NFL 2016 season has just kicked off, and Monday Night Football has just wrapped up. Pittsburgh played the Washington Redskins around 7 o'clock p.m. tonight. The game just ended, so I wanted to bring you guys a real quick recap. Again, no official stats with me, no big numbers. Just wanted to kind of give my take really quick on the game. Pittsburgh gets the win 38-16. As expected, they were the favorites. They are Super Bowl contenders, AFC contenders. They're probably the top 2 or 3 team in contention right now in the AFC as far as all the analysts and myself are concerned. I've covered the sport for 7 or 8 years. Covered the Steelers, covered the NFL in general. From Axis.com, ArmchairReport.com, Bleacher Report. Several others, Yahoo. I've covered for about 5 or 6 sites now for several years, so I've got the credentials. But anyway, Pittsburgh did get the 38-16 win. The Redskins started off hot. They got 2 long drives but were held to field goals. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense, which is in question, bent but did not break tonight. They gave up 2 quick field goals early on, so Washington got up 6-0. Ever since then, the game was never in doubt. Pittsburgh came down. Roethlisberger to Antonio Brown on a 4th and 1 deep ball, 30-plus yard touchdown. Ever since then, Pittsburgh had the lead, never lost it again, was pretty much in firm control. Roethlisberger wound up with about 270 passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. The interception was early on, first drive, and then the Redskins scored 2 field goals. Since then, it was a dominated Steeler performance. Antonio Brown finishes with about 120 yards receiving. Chris Breeland for the Redskins got destroyed by Brown one-on-one. Josh Norman did a good job on his side watching Brown, but Chris Breeland got beat up constantly. Brown did catch 2 30-plus yard touchdowns. They did 2 straight streak plays where Brown caught 2 long touchdowns from Roethlisberger. Also, DeAngelo Williams was strong tonight. Brown was not alone in the 100-yard category. DeAngelo Williams wound up with about 140 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Both the touchdowns were the game sealers that finished the game off for good. Washington did make a run in the 4th quarter, but Williams' touchdowns finished it off. So DeAngelo Williams filling in for All-Star Le'Veon Bell, who I think is the best running back in the NFL. DeAngelo filled in nicely. He wound up with, like I said, about 130, 135, 2 rushing touchdowns, plenty of good read option plays out of the shotgun, taking inside handoffs, did an excellent job, broke a lot of tackles, good field vision, made a couple of nice bounce plays to the outside. Also, on offense, got to say, the line did a pretty good job. Started a little rocky. Ben was hit a couple times early, but they picked it up in the 2nd quarter and throughout the rest of the game. DeCastro played well. Gilbert played well. Also, got to say, Eli Rogers was pretty impressive tonight. Marcus Whedon did not play. He was injured. So the onus fell on Eli Rogers and Sammy Coates to pick up that slack because Martavis Bryant is out for the season, suspended as well for off-the-field activity. So Eli Rogers caught about 5 or 6 balls across the middle. Did have 1 long play where he broke a tackle and kind of sprinted to the outside. Rogers looked good in his first pro game. He was drafted last year and missed the season with injury. Has looked like a really shifty guy so far. He's kind of like a bigger, stronger, more secure version of what Dre Archer was supposed to be for the Steelers when we drafted him several seasons ago. So he's a nice, shifty slot guy in there. Sammy Coates didn't do a whole lot. He had 1 drop early on an early target, but he did catch, I think it was a fade route or a post pattern. So I can't think of the pattern, but Sammy Coates did catch one big deep ball for about 40 yards and then caught another comeback route for 15 more, so he had around 50. So good day on the receivers, making up for Wheaton and Bryant not being in there as well. DeAngelo filled in nicely, and so did the receivers. Brown with 120-something. Eli Rogers was 60 or so, and Sammy Coates was 60 or so. Both played well. Jesse James as well had 4 or 5 catches over the middle for short gains. So he filled in for Heath Miller nicely, who's retired now. And then on defense, bend but don't break early. Deshaun Jackson made a lot of nice catches for the Redskins. Kirk Cousins racked up some pretty good numbers late in the game, but the defense didn't really do too badly until the 4th quarter when they got tired. They started playing prevent and doing a lot of zone stuff where they got beat up a lot. Some nice catches from Deshaun Jackson and from the slot receiver as well. I can't recall his name right now. Nope, can't think of the slot receiver's name for the Redskins. I apologize, but he made some nice plays as well in there. So, yeah, all in all, good game for the Steelers. On defense, Ryan Shazier was, I believe, our lead tackler for the night. He did a nice job on 7 or 8 plays over the middle. Also, in one series, he forced a fumble, which the Redskins recovered the ball. But then the very next play, he got an interception and ran it back about 40 yards. Was called back on a hold. The return was called back, but the interception stood. So Shazier leading in tackles and also had a forced fumble and interception tonight. Big game for Shazier. The corners, didn't play great, but they didn't really need to. Cockrell was fine. Gay made some nice tackles, as usual. Sean Davis was in a lot of plays, too. I was impressed with the way he played at safety. He wasn't listed as the starter. Robert Golden was, but I think Sean Davis was around the ball a lot. Showed good speed, showed good physicality in his tackles. I liked the way he played tonight. He was a good piece there for the Steelers. And all in all, can't complain. Pittsburgh was always ahead pretty handily until a little fourth quarter run by the Redskins. But all in all, I mean, this was a very heavy day for Pittsburgh. So, Pittsburgh gets the win. They're 1-0. They'll be getting Le'Veon Bell back in 2 games. They may get Wheaton back next week. So the offense putting up 38 points and is going to be getting back 2 of their big weapons very, very soon. So they're going to be even more dangerous and deadly. No big injuries to report that I know of. I know Ryan Shazier did miss the last drive, but he might have just been taken out because the game was over. Also, the game ended with a James Harrison interception in the end zone as well, so Harrison got a pick also. That's noteworthy. So the Steelers got the win. What did you guys think of the game? Who stood out to you on offense and defense for both the Redskins and the Steelers? What did you guys think of this first game for Pittsburgh? And again, should I cover more games like this? Should I be covering more NFL stuff? Because I have the knowledge and I have the experience. So what do you guys want to see? And what did you guys think of this review and this Monday Night Football debut from the Steelers and Redskins? Tell me down below. Until the next time, guys, this has been Football Focus. I am Jason Burke, and I will see you all soon.